Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to lovely McDonough Park here in Geneva, New York. And those of you tuning in, this is the fourth game of the regular season for the Geneva Red Wings. They're currently 1-2 in the regular season, and are facing off against the Batavia Muckdogs, coming in 4-1 in the regular season, and coming off of two straight wins, back-to-back, winning against Jamestown 12-6, and also defeating Auburn 6-5. Their lone loss comes to Niagara, where they ended up coming in the short end of a 9-8 deficit. However, the first win of the season came a few days earlier, back on Monday for Geneva, as they broke their two-game skid, defeating the Niagara Power 4-2. And the previous two games that they lost, one was to Utica on opening day. They lost 7-6 after coming out to a 5-0 strong lead through 5 innings. And the second loss came to Auburn 2 days later. In 7 innings, they lost 11-1. I'm Gage Kilborn, and I'll be taking you alongside throughout the Geneva Red Wings season. And we got the starting lineups, and we'll get the starting lineups first for the away team, the Batavia Muckdogs. And leading off and playing second base, it'll be number 24, Brian Fry. And batting second, it'll be Jerry Reinhardt, the third baseman. Batting third, it'll be Tyler Canoe, the first baseman, and he'll be the K-man here this afternoon. And then batting fourth in the cleanup spot will be Alec Mack, the designated hitter. Batting fifth will be Daniel Burrow, the left fielder. Batting sixth, it'll be the right fielder, Josh Ledman. Batting seventh, it'll be the extra hitter, Brian Bello. Batting eighth, it'll be the shortstop, Caleb Rodriguez. Batting ninth, it'll be catcher, Mitch Fleming. And batting 10th, it'll be Alex Torres, the center fielder. And on the bump tonight here for the Batavia Muckdogs is no other than Nolan Sparks. And this will be his second start of the year, as back in his first start, he came away with a tremendous outing with 5 innings pitched. He gave 2 hits, 1 run, and 5 strikeouts with the win. And he'll post up a 0.00 ERA for 1 game being played. Now, we'll take a look at the fielding assignments here for the Geneva Red Wings. And in the infield, it'll be from first baseman, it'll be Nick Surse. He is the only Geneva Red Wing to record a home run so far this season to the first 3 games they have played. And second base will be Ozzie Fletcher. And over at third base will be Ray Ortiz. And at shortstop position, it'll be Max Hittman. And in the outfield, it'll be going from left to right. It'll be from left fielder Brandon Gelpy. And the center fielder, Andrew McDermott. And the right fielder will be Nick Castellano. And then the catcher here this afternoon for the Red Wings will be Andrew Whitney. And on the bump, getting a second start of the season, it will be Nicholas Thompson. And he had a tremendous first outing as well, with pitching 5 innings in the opening day start, allowing just 1 hit on 2 walks with 5 punch-outs in the no decision effort. So we hope to see some more of this going forward. And this will be the pregame show. In just a moment, we'll kick things off with first pitch here in McDonough Park. Please stay tuned. As the national anthem has concluded, we are now set for the first pitch here in Geneva, New York. And Nicholas Thompson, as we mentioned before, is on the mound here for the Red Wings. And he has to go against a really tough lineup. Now, this lineup currently is batting .242 average this season, and that's good for 7th in the league in the PGCBL. And leading off for them will be Brian Fry, and he's been a really solid hitter so far this season, batting .500 in the first 5 games he's played this season. Batting, as I said before, Brian Fry batting .500 hitter, 9 for 18 in the first 5 games of the year with 3 doubles, 1 ribby, 8 runs scored, and 5 walks, with 5 stolen bases. Now that's another big thing to watch out here for this evening. Is this team, when they get on base, they have a very aggressive base running team. 17 stolen bases, and they're 17 for 17 this season, and that is something to really keep an eye on. As Nicholas Thompson has to worry about that on the mound, is trying to prevent any stolen bases or try to keep these base runners in check, or else, if not, he'll be in for a long outing this evening. And they throw the ball around the horn, and we are about set here for the first pitch of Geneva Red Wings baseball. This is their second home game this season. They lost the first one to Utica back on June 3rd, opening day of the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League. They lost 7-6, as they led majority of that game until the 8th inning when relief pitcher Zach Malone came in and gave up 3 runs to end up having the Red Wings lose 7-6. The final score. It was a very tight battle near the end of the game. Now Brian Fry steps into the batter's box, and Thompson deals. First pitch is swung on and going right into the right center fielder and going inside and make the catch. And just like that, 1 pitch, 1 out to get things started here in this game. Now batting coming up next here for the Muckdogs, it is Jerry Reinhardt batting next for the Muckdogs. First pitch, it misses down low, ball 1. Reinhardt batting .294 this season with a 1 triple and 3 RBIs on the season in 5 games played. 1-1 is a count after that foul ball goes by the wayside. Thompson delivers, and that pitch is swung up high, and it's curving towards left field, and it'll be going foul. Just foul. I thought that was inside for a fair ball, but the umpire saw it differently, so it'll bring the count down to 1-2. The third base coach for Batavia is giving his opinions and thoughts on the call, but nonetheless, we go back to a 1-2 count with 1 away here in the top of the first. And those guys tuning in, this is the Geneva Red Wings and the Batavia Muckdogs in the 4th game of the season for the Red Wings. They're 1-2 on the year, and Batavia is 4-1, and he's swinging a miss, strike 3 called, and that'll be strikeout number 1 on the game for Nicholas Thompson. And this is something that many Geneva fans hope to see from Thompson throughout the season, as that is his 8th punch out and his 2nd outing. That pitch misses inside, ball 1 to the righty first baseman Tyler Canoe. That one, he's trying to find the corner, but misses down low, ball 2. 2-0 is the count. And as we mentioned previously, that Thompson had a strong outing the first time up with 7 punch-outs in the game and 5 innings pitched in the losing effort to the Utica Blue Sox. That one misses down low as well, 3-0, as it seems to be pitching around Canoe, and that is That is very interesting style, as Tyler Canoe is batting .235 on the year with 2 doubles and 6 RBIs, and he now finds his own for a strike to bring the count back to 3-1. Batavia, one of the hotter teams so far early on in this season in this division, and then nice hard toss ball over the glove of the shortstop, and it'll get through for a base hit. And they'll score that in E6, to be exact. And just like that, the inning will continue with Canoe standing on first base. Now batting up, it is Alec Mack, the designated hitter, in the cleanup spot. Alec Mack has been one of the more dangerous hitters to see come to the plate. Normally he's the catcher, batting .182 on the season with 2 doubles and 5 RBIs. So when he hits with power, and he finds the gaps out in the outfield. Thompson takes a look over at, and time is called by Mag to take a breather, and probably a good thing to keep an eye on Canoe, as we mentioned previously, that when Batavia gets on base, they are not afraid to try to steal and try to extend their bases even further. And that one goes fair down the left field line. And he'll stop right there with a single. And that'll extend the inning once again, bringing up Daniel Burrow. Daniel Burroway up now, the left fielder.
Number 10, Daniel Burroway.
Burroway batting .294 on the season with 1 double and 1 triple. So he has some speed on him. Trying to look for another RBI opportunity to add to his 6 total he already has on the season. And like I said before, if he gets on base, he's also a dangerous base runner with 2 stolen bases. So he is a very fast left fielder. First pitch is in there for a called strike. Next pitch is down low for a ball, so count goes to 1-1. 2 outs here, top of the first in Geneva. The Muckdogs and the Red Wings getting set here for some more action. Next pitch by Thompson, swung on and fouled towards the left field, towards the third base dugout. Two and one is the count to Burroway. Thompson looks to the first base and leads. And a nice frame right there by Waney, and that goes in for a strike. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, spot at top of the first here. Thompson looking to get out of the inning without giving up a crooked number in the top of the first. 1 pitch away, swings it, and right to third baseman, throws onto the second, and he makes the force out there, and that'll be it. That'll be the end of the inning, and as Batavia no score.
No runs, 1 hit. 1 Geneva
Batavia
error,
no
2
score.
men left on
Geneva
base.
coming to the plate. We'll be right back here as you're listening to the Geneva Red Wings on Red Wings YouTube. We are back and ready for the bottom home half of the first here in Geneva. And wonderful McDonough Park, historic McDonough Park. This park has been here
Philadelphia Red Wings,
for
the bottom of the
over
first inning from
60
Tuskegee
years.
University.
Leading
The
off,
second baseman, number 5, Ozzie Fleischer.
leading off for the Geneva Red Wings will be Ozzie Fleischer from the Tufts Jumbo. And the first pitch is swung on and fouled towards the right field for a foul ball. Ozzie Fleischer has been by far he's been one of the more prolific players, trying to still improve a little bit. Second pitch is in there for a strike, and now he's deep in the count. 0-2 for Ozzie Fleischer. Ozzie Fleischer with a 375 average through the first 2 or 3 games he's played this season. And that one's in there for a called strike 3, and that is how we get things started. Sparks strikes out. Fleischer looking, and it's one away here in the home half of the first. We might have a pitcher's duel on our hands here this evening as both pitchers.
NJIT, number 14, Cole Fleming.
Now to the plate, it's Cole Fleming, the designated hitter. He's from the NJIT Highlander, and the Highlanders last season made it to the NCAA tournament. They were in Arkansas's Fayetteville Regional in the opening round, and they ended up losing both of their first 2 games to get eliminated early. However, back to this game, it is 0-1 count as the first pitch is in there for a called strike. You have yet to see the first 4 pitches have been in there for a strike. You make that the first 5 pitches have been a strike, as that one is swung on and fouled towards the parking lot, which scares me because I don't want my car to get hit. 0-2 is the count. And the catcher is looking for framing the pitch outside. And swung right back to the pitcher, Sparks, who makes the throw to the first baseman. And that'll be the second out. So far, it has been a very dominant performance this first inning for Nolan Sparks.
Number 34, Nick Searcy.
Next up to the plate is Nick Searce, the first baseman. He's the only Geneva Red Wing to record a home run this season. That came back in the home opener against Utica, where he hit a deep fly ball to the right field, just to the right of the scoreboard. And the first pitch is swung on and missed for a strike. Still, you have yet to see a ball thrown by Sparks yet this afternoon. Oh, 0-1 pitch on its way from Sparks. That's also in there for a high called strike 2, and Nick Searce, is not agreeing with that call right there, and is now an 0-2 count, and a lot of frustration started to come here from the Geneva batter so far. Here comes our next pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3, and that has been 3 up, 3 down here for the Geneva Red Wings as we played 1 inning full in Geneva. No score. We are set here for the top of the second, and it'll be Josh Liedman. Josh Liedman, the right fielder from Batavia. First pitch misses outside, ball one from Nicholas Thompson. Back in the first inning, a pretty solid start for Thompson, but he kind of struggled near the second middle two batters as one batter made it to first base on an error, and then Alec Mack made on a base hit until Daniel Burrow grounded into a fielder's choice to end the inning. Set pitch misses high, and it's now a 2-1 count for Liedem. And that ball pitch misses high, and it's now 3-1 as a count for Liedem. And that pitch is swung on and hit towards it's foul, and that puts a count full at 3-2. Josh Liedem is batting 143 this season with 2 RBIs and 1 punch-out. Thompson looking to add to his punch-out total here, and that pitch misses well wide of the plate, and there'll be another base runner here for the Muckdogs. Next up to the plate will be Brian Bello, the extra hitter here for the Batavia Muckdogs.
Extra hitter, number 30, Brian Bello.
He is batting 118 this season with a 2 for 17 average. 2 for 17 with a 118 average with 1 double and 2 walks with 2 punch-outs. And like I said before, the runner goes, and he is in there with a stolen base for Josh Liedem. Now, and the 1-0 pitch is swung on, and it's thrown to the third baseman to record the first out of the inning. And Liedem will stay at second base. And that stolen base prevented a double play from happening, and that is what.
Shortstop, Caleb Rodriguez.
And that's what this Batavia Muckdogs team has done all season long, is prevent double plays from happening, and that could have been a double play if Liedem stayed at first. So tremendous call right there by the third base coach to let him go. And the first pitch is in there for a called strike, and I think that is to make up for some of the calls that were made in the previous inning when Nolan Sparks was on the bump. 0-1 for Rodriguez. Thompson takes a look, steps off the mound, and take a look over at Liedem at second. And I think that is something that Thompson should do more of with how fast this Batavia Muckdogs team is. That's their 18th stolen base on the season. And that pitch is in there for a called strike 2. 0-2 count now for Caleb Rodriguez from Keene University, with still looking for his first hit of the season, but he does have a few walks and a stolen base. 0 for 4 on the year, and this pitch misses up high, trying to catch Rodriguez swinging. 1-2 is the count, and trying to bring home Liedem from second is Caleb Rodriguez, batting in the 8th spot here for this Muckdogs lineup. And Liedem goes again to third base, and he's in there safely, and that's a second straight stolen base this inning by Josh Liedem. And just like that, it is a 2-2 count. Runner at third to make things even more difficult for Thompson. And that is stolen base number 19 on the season, and swung on and missed. And Thompson will blow it right by Rodriguez for his second punch out this afternoon. Now to the plate is Mitch Fleming, the catcher.
Catcher, number 36, Mitch Fleming.
Mitch Fleming from the University of Montevallo with a 100 batting average. He has the one hit. He has the double, which was an RBI double with 5 punch-outs. He struck out 5 times when he was at the plate. Thompson deals. Pitch is inside and hits towards a backstop. And now we see Fleming in the 0-2 hole here early against Thompson in this count with a runner at third. A golden opportunity to add another RBI to his totals this season. 0-2 pitch. Thompson looking to get out this inning. Pitch misses out high. Ball 1. 1-2 pitch. Thompson looking to get out of the inning without giving up a crooked number once again. Batavia been very dangerous so far this game. 1-2 is now 2-2 as that pitch also misses outside. Trying to catch Fleming swinging, but it comes up with no cigar. And that pitch, it hits Fleming, so Fleming will get to first base on the hit by pitch, and now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 men out. And now batting will be in the 10th hole will be Alex Torres, the center fielder. And he'll be wearing number 99, which is really unusual to see a baseball player wear. Usually you see more of the hockey players wearing big time numbers such as 99 and so forth. But nonetheless, it's been really more popular recently, and I think it has something to do with and the shortstop will make the play at first on the ground ball, and that will end the inning. And Batavia threatens to score once again, but a great, calm, cool pressure of.
Batavia, the top of the second inning. No runs, no hits. No Geneva errors, 2 men left on base.
And the calm, cool pressure of Nick Thompson goes on as an inning and a half in the books. Still no score here in Geneva.
The 2022 Red Wing sponsors.
We are about set here for the bottom half of the second inning, and leading on in the top next 3 up, there'll be Max Hitman, the shortstop, Nick Castellanos, the right fielder, and Ray Ortiz, the third baseman, will be next due up here for the home half of the second. And we'll get your stats here at Max Hitman in a moment. Hitman is batting a 300, with 3 for 10 with 2 doubles and 3 RBIs and 3 walks. And he was a main force at the plate back in their home opener against Utica. As he was a tough out against the Blue Sox, and Max Hitman was from St. Joe's University out of the Atlantic 10 Conference. The winner of that conference was VCU, who did pretty well. First pitch is swung towards the backstop, and it'll be fouled back. No balls and a strike here for Hitman. Still looking for the first ball. And that one's also in there for a called strike too. So now deep in the count once again, 0-2. It's Hitman, and this is really frustrating the Red Wings hitters early in this one. Deliveries from Sparks. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And the first 4 outs of the game for Sparks, 3 of them have been by way of the K.
The right fielder, number 31, Nick Castellana.
Next up, it is Nick Castellana, the sophomore from Niagara University. Still looking for his first hit, and that pitch is swung on and fouled back towards the parking lot. And he's still, like I said, looking for his first base hit this season. He is over 3 with a walk and 3 punch-outs on the season. That next pitch is swung on and fouled back towards the right field bullpen. And now 0-2 is the count, and just like it was before, there's another similar situation for these Geneva hitters. Still looking to find a way to get a ball or something like that, but the calls have not been going their way, or the framing of the pitches have been phenomenal. Swung on, and this one's on the dirt, and out with that 2 for 3 for good measures, and that is out number 2. 4 strikeouts out of the first 5 outs he has faced for Sparks. He's been phenomenal so far.
From Bayonne, New Jersey, the catcher, number 19, Ray Ortiz.
And now we go to Ray Ortiz, the third baseman. First pitch from Sparks. Swung on again and fouled away. And just like that, every Geneva hitter has been eager to swing at the first pitch because there has not been a called ball yet from Sparks. It's all been strikes. 0-1 in his account. Next pitch is in there for a called strike 2. Still looking for the first ball here, and this is from Sparks. This is an outstanding way to start the game. 0-2 count on the way from Sparks. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 called, and that will be it. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. And just like that, the first 6 batters he's faced, 5 have been way of the K, and that's a dominant performance to start this game. We'll be back with you in just a short moment. 2 innings have gone by here in Geneva, no score. Next up, we will go to the top of the third, and leading off will be the top of the order, and it'll be Brian Fry, who flew out his last time up, and unfortunately gets his average to below 500, which he probably is really frustrated about right now up there at the plate. So trying to make it back to even, trying to get a base hit this time up. First pitch falls in for a strike. He flew out to the right fielders last time up. Back in the first inning. Next pitch, he throws, and will bounce in towards the home plate, and it'll be a count to 1-1 for Thompson. Now Thompson has had a pretty well evening as well, not too difficult. We'll just get with the one hit and the one error back in the first inning. Not much else has happened. He's given up so far. And that pitch falls for a called strike 2, so now it's a 1-2 count for Fry. 1-2 pitch on this way. Trying to get him chased one outside, but he won. But the count goes to even at 2-2. 2-2 is always a count that MLB Hall of Famer Wade Boggs loves to play in for the Boston Red Sox. That one misses outside, and brings the count to full at 3-2. 3-2 count on the way. And that misses one as well, so ball 4. And a nice job by Brian Fry to work a 1-2 count to a full count pitch walk. And that's a dangerous situation once again for Thompson to have a runner on base. And that's the thing you have to prevent doing, is getting Batavia runners on base. As like I said before, they now have 19 stolen bases. They're 19 for 19 with a stolen bases count this season, and that's a great reason why Nicholas Thompson takes a quick look over at Fry before he throws the next pitch. Brian Fry is one of the main contributors towards these stolen bases. Like I said before, another one, and they get him. And that's the first time somebody catches them stealing, and Brian Fry will go with being caught stealing there that time. Great job, great defense there by the Red Wings to get him out, to get him out. Now there's a 1-0 count here for Reinhardt. Swung on and fouled towards the right field. And almost an amazing catch by the bullpen out there for the Red Wings, but no cigar. 1-1. And that one is swung on and fouled towards the backstop, and that puts the count at 1-2 with one gone here in the top half of the third inning. No score for the guys just tuning in. It's the Batavia Muckdogs and the Geneva Red Wings out of the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League regular season game. And that pitch misses low, ball 2. 2-2 is a count. Batavia is 4-1 on the year. Geneva 1-2 on the season. And that pitch misses, and will go roll towards the backstop. So it'll be put the count at full, 3-2. 3-2 pitch on the way from Thompson. Delivers, and it's a pop up to the right fielder. Run over to make the catch, and doesn't have moved too far out there to make that catch. And just like that, it is 2 gone here in the inning. And the next first pitch is swung on the first pitch, and that'll be a foul ball. And this is Tyler Canoe who's up to the plate. He reached on an error his first time up. That was made by the shortstop, Max Hitman. And that one falls for a strike 2. And now it's 0-2 count. 2 outs, top of the third. And Thompson looking for his first 1-2-3 inning. That one, he tried to find the spot, but they call it off as the Red Wings dugout thought they had it that time. What now? Count goes 1-2. Almost got Canoe chasing that one. 1-2 pitch from Thompson. Trying to get it, trying to keep him chasing on the outside pitches. That one misses as well. That puts the count at even at 2-2 with 2 men out. Top of the third. No score here in Geneva. And swung on and missed, strike 3, and that'll be it. 2.5 innings in the books. Still no score, and that will be the Red Wings looking to chip into Sparks, who's been having a hot start so far this game. We're about set here for the home half of the third inning, and it's been so far the Sparks show here in Geneva. As next up, it's Andrew Winnie, Brandon Gelpy, and Andrew McDermott set 7, 8, and 9 to kick off inning number 3. With Shane Ducks hoping to try to get in not bad here this inning. And leading off will be Andrew Winnie, the catcher. Trying to take a look, and he looks at the first pitch in there for a called strike 1. And something that the Red Wings has been accustomed to seeing in this batter's box here is a lot of called strikes. I haven't seen a ball called like on their favor yet, this one. And next pitch is swung on and fouled towards the stands for a lucky fan. 0-2 count once again, something that we are all accustomed to seeing right now from Sparks. Yet to see our first ball of the game pitch from Sparks. And there it is. There it is. Ball 1, and we got some Red Wings celebrating up here in the stands. As they got the first ball of the game from Nolan Sparks. Went 20 pitches with 20 straight strikes, and now 2 straight balls from Nolan Sparks to make the count at 2-2. Andrew Winnie, .250 batting average, 1 for 4 with 2 punch outs. And that pitch is swung on and hit towards the right field, trying to make a catch as a right fielder, and he does in foul territory for out number 1. And that'll be out number 1. And that was the first time we've seen someone go out that has not been by way of the K since the first inning when Cole Fleming grounded out right to Sparks. Sparks has been the contributor in all of the first 6 outs so far for Batavia. First pitch is swung on and a hit towards the gap, but it'll be right there towards the right fielder. He's been pretty busy so far, and that'll be out number 2. 2 outs here in the home half of the third.
From Little Falls, New Jersey, the center fielder, Andrew McDermott.
Now to the plate, it is the Quinnipiac Bobcat, Andrew McDermott, the center fielder. Looking to crack trying to find the code to crack Nolan Sparks, and the first pitch is up high, called for strike one. Oh, 1 pitch on the way from Sparks to McDermott. Swung on and fouled towards the left field, and it'll bring the count to 0-2. Andrew McDermott with still looking for his first hit of the season, coming off of a recent injury that made him out of the starting line, scratched from the starting lineup back in the first game against Utica. And that next pitch is swung on, and he can't catch it with the fastball, and that'll be another strikeout on the season.
The Red Wings to the bottom of the third inning. No runs,
And
no hits, no Batavia errors, no one left on base.
And that'll be it for 3 innings in the books here at McDonough Park, and it'll be no score. And we'll get you set here for the top half of inning number 4 in just a brief moment. Now we are set here for the top half of the 4th inning. It'll be Alec Mack leading things off, the designated hitter. He is 1 for 1 with a single back here in the first inning. And the first pitch is in there for a called strike. And this has been the lone hit so far in the first 3 innings. It's been 1 hit between both sides so far at this game. And the second pitch is swung on and fouled away. And just like that, it is now an 0-2 count here for Mack. Base running has been the main factor here, this one. And Geneva is able to catch one. And this one snakes through the gap between the second baseman and first baseman. And that'll be the second hit for Alec Mack. He's now 2 for 2 in this game. He's been the only one that's been able to figure out Nicholas Thompson on the mound so far this evening. And it's coming in the 4th inning, another base hit by Alec Mack. Now to the plate is Daniel Burroway, the left fielder, who grounded out his last time up to end the inning back in the first. First pitch is throwing in the dirt, and it'll be ball 1. A lot of history here at this ballpark, as there has been roughly 3 Hall of Famers that have played here in its time frame, when Geneva used to be with a minor league system. And that pitch is swung on and a strike, and that'll be the first strike. 1-1 count to Burroway. And there have been a lot of different minor league affiliates throughout the years, from the Geneva Cubs to the Geneva Reds. And that's kind of where they still have the red color in their uniforms today, the Geneva Red Wings, if you will. And P. Rose, one of the more famed ball players of MLB history, has played at this ballpark, and that's something that the Red Wings really promote here. And that next pitch is swung on for a call for strike 2. 1-2 is the count here to Burroway. And also another one to mention is Shoeless Joe Jackson back in 1919 with the Chicago Black Sox. Played here against their Boston Red Sox. An MLB game has been played at this ballpark before, you heard me correctly. And that one misses for ball 2. 2-2 is the count to Daniel Burroway. And that one is in there for a called strike 3. And that'll be the first out here in the inning. I thought it was a little bit inside, but the umpire saw it differently. And that'll be the first out here in the top half of the 4th. And that'll be punch out number 4 for Thompson. Up to 11 strikeouts here on the season, and Thompson takes a look back at first to make sure Alec Mack does not advance any further. Now to the plate is Josh Leadham, who had a walk in his last plate appearance. And take another look over at the first base. And Josh Leadham had a walk in, stole second and third base, which is something you rarely see. So a runner stealing third and second base in the same trip. And first pitch is outside, and a little bit when he is there ready to throw it, as they are doing a great job looking at the runner, and that's something that they have to really focus on now, is trying to make sure that base runners don't try to get off of first base, because that's one thing that Batavia likes to do. Meanwhile, this one is swung on and missed for strike 1. As we saw earlier, the reason why they like to do that is so that way they can get out of double play situations. Geneva, they want to get out of innings quicker. They have to do that. Swung on and hit off of the glove of Hitman. Makes a play to the second base. They record the 1 out. And that is good. That is a phenomenal play by Max Hitman to stay with the play to record at least 1 out. Phenomenal play by Max Hitman to get the force out and stay with it. As pretty much he threw his glove at the ball to get it down on the ground to make the play. Phenomenal play by Max Hitman. Next up to the play is Brian Bello, who is 0 for 1 here this evening as he grounded out to the third baseman his first time up. Yep. 0-1 count is swung on and fouled towards the back and out of play. 0-2 pitch on the way to Bello, 2 outs. Thompson looking to get away with another clean inning. And that pitch is swung on and going into foul territory. Nick Surse takes a look at it, but it goes out of play. Still 0-2 count on the way from Thompson to Bello. Still Mag on first. And Mag runs. And Leadham will get there with a stolen base. Third stolen base of the game for Leadham. He's pretty much showing off his speed, and that's a big. And now it's a 1-2 count here, and the Batavia Muckdogs, like I said previously, known for their stolen bases, and that is probably stolen base number 20 on the season as a team total for the Muckdogs. And for those of you guys that don't really know where the standings are for stolen bases, and meanwhile it'll be an infield base hit by Brian Bello. And now runners on the corners once again, a very similar situation to what we saw back in inning number 2 for Thompson. And in inning number 2, he's able to get out of the inning with not much trouble done to him. Now to the plate is Caleb Rodriguez, who is 0 for 1 as he struck out swinging his last time up back in the second inning. Thompson looking for for another fortunate event here. That first pitch will be swung on and fouled away towards the home team's clubhouse. 0-1 pitch on the way. Thompson just looking for one more out to get out of this inning. And that one hits right to the second baseman, throws the shortstop, and that'll be out number 3 to retire the side. And 3.5 innings have come and gone here at McDonough Park. We are still looking for the first run of the game. We're knotted up at 0-0. We are set here for the bottom of the 4th inning. Still the same score has been since we started the first pitch back in the first inning. No score. And it's been a pretty much the reason's been the pitcher's duel. And Nick Nolan Sparks on the mound for Batavia has been phenomenal. First pitch is swung on and fouled right towards the first base line. 0-1 is the count to Shane Ducks, the extra hitter. Shane Ducks is normally the catcher here for Geneva. Next pitch is swung on towards the shortstop. Makes the throw to first base, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Now we go to the top of the order, and it is Ozzie Fletcher. Once again, he's 0 for 1. Struck out looking his last time up. And he's trying to break this pattern as the first 10 batters have gone out. And we go into the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch is down low for ball 1. As I take a look over at the first base umpire, and he says he did not go, so it'll be ball 1. That is the 3rd ball that has been thrown by Sparks here this evening. That one misses high. Usually he would have gotten that count earlier on, but not this time. That puts a count at 2-0. And Ozzie Fletcher is trying to work this count a little bit. Next pitch is in there for strike 1. 2-1 is the count. And Ozzie Fletcher, as we previously mentioned, he's from Tufts University, one of the more prestigious universities in D3 baseball. And that pitch is swung on up high and going to the right fielder, going back to make a catch, and he does for the second out in the inning.
From Bedford, New Jersey.
Now to the plate is Cole Fleming, the designated hitter here for the Geneva Red Wings. And the NJIT Highlander waits the first pitch, and it misses outside for ball 1. once again, one of these Geneva batters trying to break this dry spell they've been in. Like we said before, a pitcher's duel. Second pitch is trying to line to the right fielder, and that'll be out number 3. 4 innings are in the books, still no score.
The Red Wings in the last of the
Here.
fourth inning, no runs, no hits. No
In.
consecutive errors, no one left on base.
Now we go back to the top of the 5th inning. It'll be Mitch Fleming leading things off with Alex Torres and Brian Fry next due up for the Muckdogs when we come back from this short break. And we are set back here for the top half of inning number 5. And still no score here in Geneva, New York at historic McDonough Park between the Batavia Muckdogs and the Geneva Red Wings. The Red Wings 1-2 on the year, with the Muckdogs 4-1, with their lone loss coming to Niagara. As the Red Wings' lone win came against the same Niagara Power team. And the count is at 1-1. Mitch Fleming up to the plate. He was hit by pitch his first time up, and a deep fly ball right to the center fielder. McDermott makes the catch, and that'll be the first out here in the 5th inning. Next up, it's Alex Torres to the plate. He's 0 for 1, and going up against Nick Thompson. And it's, like we said before, been a pitcher's duel. And Alex Torres wearing number 99, like I said, very peculiar number to wear. So first pitch misses ball 1. As normally you see baseball players wear lower numbers, unless you're a pitcher where you're like around numbers of 40s or so. But number 99 has been starting to become more common ever since Aaron Judge made it more of the mainframe for the New York Yankees when he won the American League MVP back in 2017. And next pitch is swung on and fouled out towards the right field, and it'll be ball pitch strike 1. 2-1 is the count. Thompson deals to Torres. Pitch misses inside. He's been throwing a lot of inside pitches to Torres, trying to make as a way to make him not crowd the plate as much, I would imagine. And I don't think Torres is getting the sign. And that pitch is in there for strike 2. Torres thought that was ball 4, but he has to stay in for a full count pitch. Full count pitch offer from Thompson. Swung on right to third baseman, making the throw to Circe, and that'll be out number 2. Two away here in inning number 5. Still no score. It's been a really fast-moving game up to this point. You really come to think of it, as this game started around 7 and already about halfway through in inning number 5. A lot of 1, 2, 3 innings so far. And been really quiet, boring game if you're a very offensive-minded fan in baseball. And Thompson's first pitch to Fry's in there for a called strike. 0-1. Fry is 0 for 1 this evening as he flew out his first time up back in the first inning, and he walked in the third inning, and he was caught trying to advance he was caught stealing, trying to go to second base. Next pitch up is fouled towards a backstop. So the count goes to 1-2. And a golden opportunity here for Thompson to get his second 1-2-3 inning of the game. The first coming back in the third inning. 1-2 pitch is low for ball 2. Just missed the outside corner. And now makes it count at 2-2. Two and 2 pitch on the way from Thompson. And that misses outside for ball 3, and that runs the count to full at 3-2. And the lefty versus lefty matchup. Fry looking and waiting. This is a big pitch here this inning. And that one is up high, and it'll be ball 4. And for the second time this evening, Brian Fry is on base on balls. Next, they'll bring up Jerry Reinhardt to the plate. He's 0 for 2 this evening as he struck out swinging his first time up, and he flew out to the right fielder back in the third inning. And you would imagine Brian Fry will probably think about stealing second once again. That is something to keep in mind. And Thompson is also thinking that as well, so he takes a quick look over at the first baseman, Nick Searce, to try to keep Fry close on first base. Jerry Reinhardt, and the first pitch is in there for a called strike on the outside corner. And 0-1 count. So far it's been we've seen Nick Thompson kind of struggled back in the first inning, but since then he's been seeming in control of his pitches for the most part. Has been locating them and hitting his spots for the most part, and there seems to be somebody's warming up in the bullpen here for the Red Wings. This might be the last batter that Thompson will be facing here in a 1-2 count coming up. And Thompson is trying to get out of this inning once again with just a runner at first. And keeping a look over at Fry. And Fry goes, trying for another stolen base, and he's in this time with the fifth stolen base, of the evening. And what a great and like we said before, the aggressive base running by the Muckdogs has come up big once again. And another foul ball here, swung on by Reinhardt, and it still makes a count at 2-2. And once again, Brian Fry is in scoring position. That's another thing about the stolen bases puts a lot of runners in scoring position. 2-2 pitch on the way. Brian Fry trying again, and it'll be a ball. It'll be hit by pitch. And so Fry will have to hop back over to second base, and there'll be runners on first and second. And time is called as Coach Munn of the Geneva Red Wings will come out. I think that'll be all we'll see from Nick Thompson here this evening, as he's done a tremendous job in the first two batters he faced in the fifth inning, but when it came to the third and fourth batters, he kind of struggled a little bit. And for that reason, they're going to go to the bullpen. And we'll take a quick breather, and we'll take a quick moment to catch our breaths, and we'll be right back for the continuation of the 5th inning. And we are set here in top of the 5th. 2 gone, in 2 away in the inning, and it is Zach Garlinger up on the mound here for the Geneva Red Wings. This will be his second appearance. In his last game he played, he had only pitched 1 inning with 2 hits, 4 runs he gave up, and 1 punch-out with a 27.00 ERA, which is not good in the line score for right now, but looking to lower it. And he has a lot to work with as runners on first and second. And those runners will be responsible for Nick Thompson if they come around to score. Just needing 1 more out. First pitch hits him inside, and that hits Canoe inside, and that will be a hit by pitch, and now bases are loaded. The first pitch thrown by Garlinger will hit Canoe, and now bases are juiced with Alec Mag up to the plate. And this is a very dangerous situation to put a cleanup hitter in, and he is going out deep right field, and it's gone! A grand slam by Alec Mag, and that'll be a 3-run double by Alec Mag. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, 3-run double. And damage still continues for the Red Wings, as what was a quiet inning, seemed to be a quiet inning in the top of the 5th, turned into a dominant hit made, and just like that, and another get to the gap by Daniel Burroway, and then the score will be Alec Mack, and that'll be another run at the plate. And the hit parade is starting to come from Batavia. And just like that, it is now a 4-0 lead with just three pitches. Now next up, it's Josh Leadham with a runner on second, and the pitching coach talking to Zach Garlinger, probably trying to calm him down right now. 4-0 is the score here in Geneva. Batavia starting to pour it on here in the fifth. Leadham, first pitch swung on right to the second baseman. And a slow roller, won't have a play anywhere. And now inside infield a hit. And runners are on the corners with 2 men out. And it's been a crazy inning. What was supposed to be a quiet inning turned out to be very insane. And now brings up Brian Bell, the extra hitter, who's 1 for 2 with a base hit back in the 4th inning. And the first pitch is inside for the ball. Runners on the corner. Zach Garlinger struggling to try to record 1 out. It's all he needs, 1 out to get out of the inning. Second pitch is up high, and there'll be a stolen base once again by Josh Leadham. And now runners on second and third, and more dangerous situations coming around. And that swung on into the gap for a double, and that will score 2 more runs for Batavia. Our 2 RBI double from Brian Bello, and now it'll extend his lead even further. It has been a non-stop route here of the Red Wings. From the Muckdogs. And pitches down low for a ball. 3-1. 1-1 is the count, excuse me. To Caleb Rodriguez with a runner on second. Still with a 6-0 lead for Batavia. For the guys just tuning in, a lot of action has happened. 6 runs have been scored here in the 5th inning. Next pitch misses down low for a ball. 2-1 is the count. Muckdogs taking control of this one right now. 6-0. Next pitch is swung up and fouled right over our head, and that big clang was from the bang. And on deck is Mitch Fleming, who led off this inning, if you do remember. So we are at batter number 10 in this inning. So it's been a very long outfield for them. 2-2 count here. Garlinger one pitch away from getting out of this one. And that one is swung on and fouled towards the third baseline. So it's still a 2-2 count for Caleb Rodriguez. Rodriguez still at a 2-2 count with Bello on second base. Doubles have been given all over the place here. And that one misses up high for ball 3. Full count pitch. Garlinger still struggling to try to get that knockout pitch he needs in a desperate way. Full count pitch from Garlinger on its way. Swung on and foul once again towards the third baseline. And it is now, it'll keep it count at full 3-2. Caleb Rodriguez 0 for 2. He struck out swinging back in the second, and he grounded out in the 4th inning. And like I said before, Mitch Fleming would be next, and he led off as he has a catcher's pads on, because I don't think he even expected to be still in it. And swung on and missed, strike 3, and that will end the bleeding. Caleb Rodriguez gets a final punch out, and we have played 4.5 innings, and it is a 6-0 lead for Batavia. We'll be right back here in just a little bit. It'll be Geneva leading off. It'll be Nick Surse, Max Hitman, and Nick Castellano due up here for Geneva. And we are back. Bottom of the 5th, trying to see if Geneva can answer to Nolan Sparks, who has been so dominant on the mound, still showing off his dominance, as will be Nick Surse to lead things off. He is struck out swinging his last time up. And the first pitch misses outside for a ball, 1-0. Last at bat, got Nick Surse really frustrated the umpire for making some questionable calls in his opinion. Second pitch is up high for ball 2. And this has been one of the rare hitter counts up to this point for the Red Wings at the plate. 2-0 pitch on the way to the first base lefty. And swung on and fouled out towards the backstop right by the parking lot, which scares me because I don't want my car to get hit. 2-1 count. And like I said before, Nick Surse is the only Red Wing to have a home run this season. And that one is in there for a called strike 2. And I don't think Nick Surse likes the call there. And that puts the count back even at 2-2. 6 strikeouts, looking for strikeout number 7. And that one is fouled away as Nick Surse faddles to keep it alive at 2-2. Nolan Sparks on the season, including today's game, with strikeout totals. He is at 11 strikeouts. And that one is outside, and that runs the count to full at 3-2. So Nick Surse is getting a little battle brewing here. So it's going to be the 7th pitch of this at-bat. Due up. One of the longer at-bats of that Nolan Sparks has seen so far this game. 3-2 count on its way, and it's up high, and it's ball 4, and that's the first base runner Nolan Sparks has had all game long, and it'll be by way of Nick Surse. And now up to the plate is Max Hitman, the shortstop righty. And he was another one that was gone by victim of the K. First pitch is in there for a called strike. And trying to show his dominance still is Nolan Sparks, and this might be one of his more final innings. even though he has been looking so dominant on the board so far. 0-1 pitch on its way. Down low, misses, ball one. Max Hitman trying to work in a crucial situation, trying to get an answer on the board, which has been very difficult to do as the Red Wings are still looking to get their way in the hit column. And that one is fouled away. And that puts the count at 1-2 for Max Hitman, who is currently batting at .300 this season. 3 for 10 with 2 doubles and 3 RBIs. A majority of those stats came back from the opening day explosion he had against the Blue Sox. 1-2 pitch coming from Sparks. And Mill misses outside, 2-2. On that corner frame, he usually got the call earlier this game, but he's not getting it this time. So Nolan Sparks has to look at somewhere else. 2-2 pitch on the way from Nolan Sparks to Hitman. Trying to catch him to chase one outside, and that puts a count at full 3-2 to Max Hitman. Batting .300 this season, like I previously mentioned. And payoff pitch here for Max Hitman, looking to put 2 runners on with nobody out and give Nolan Sparks something to think about out there. And that ground ball, 5, 4, 3, and no, it'll be a fielder's choice. So still be a runner on base, but he will get the out, but he will get 1 out, but there will still be a runner on base for Nolan Sparks. And that'll bring up Nick Castellana. Who also struck out his last time up. And he struck out last time and looking to try to make a reversal of fortunes as now they're starting to find contact with the ball. And that first pitch is swung up right to the right center fielder. Looked back up a little bit to make the catch. And 2 gone here in the inning. And that'll bring up Ray Ortiz to the plate. Now to the plate, it is a third baseman, Ray Ortiz, who also struck out swinging back in the second inning. So first pitch is swung on and missed and fouled away for strike 1. And it has been a very long game for the Red Wings so far to this point if you're batting, as this is just a second at bat for Ortiz and a hit and run opportunity and trying to get 1 out, and they will get the ground out of Ray Ortiz. And 5 innings have come through. The Red Wings are still looking for their first out, for the first hit, excuse me. And Nolan Sparks has been dominant so far on the mound. And that will be it for the 5 innings in the books. Like I said, still a 6-0 lead for the Batavia Muckdogs. We are back here for the top of the sixth, and I'd like to take this moment to thank all of you 26 viewers who are listening to the broadcast right now of the Geneva Red Wings and their 2022 campaign. And leading off, it'll be Mitch Fleming, the catcher, and he led off in the fifth inning, which was the crazy inning that it was supposed to be looked like a 1-2-3 inning, but kind of struggled to a 6-run explosion. And the first pitch hits Mitch Fleming, and the command of Zach Garlinger is nowhere to be found. And it'll be a one pitch, and it'll be a base runner to kick things off here in the top of the inning, number 6. Now up to the plate, it is Alex Torres, who is 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts, and back in the second and fifth inning. And with trying to look at a runner at first base, and he's safe. And Wenny's a little bit frustrated on that call. He thought he got him out. From my angle, I thought so as well, but he was able to come back in safely. Is Fleming. Starting to get a little bit of wind chill here in McDonough. It is a beautiful sunset. That's one of the nice things, you get to see the sunset here in the evenings. Pitch is swung on and missed, and now the count goes to 1-1. Alex Torres is batting .222 on the season for the Muckdogs. And he's trying to do a sacrifice bunt, and it will work out successfully for him. And that'll push Fleming over to second base. Now we'll bring up Brian Fry, who is 0 for 1 with a run scored back in the inning number 5. And that one will be smacked down fair for a double. Rounding first is Fry, making his way to second, and he'll be in there with a one-out double, and that'll be bringing an RBI for Brian Fry. And it is going to make it a 7-0 lead for the Muckdogs. And the sacrifice hit from Torres comes in big time to score another Muckdog wrong to extend this lead to 7. And now we'll bring up Jerry Reinhardt with a runner in scoring position, trying to extend this lead even further. In the first pitch, Mitch is down low, ball 1. Jerry Reinhardt is 0 for 2 with a strikeout back in the first, and he flew out to the right fielder in the third inning with a hit by pitch in the fifth, and he also scored a run. And that one falls in for a called strike 1. 1 away here in the top of inning number 6. 1-1 count for Jerry Reinhardt with Brian Fry standing on second base. That pitch misses inside for a ball. 2-1 is the count. Jerry Reinhardt batting .294 here on the season, as Brian Fry will stay at .500. Batting .500 consistently is something very difficult to do, but so far, through the first 6 games, he's done a pretty well job with that. And another sacrifice hit will push Brian Fry to third base.
Fry sitting over on third base. The batter was a pitch like his last at Matt touching. 2 down.
2 away here in the inning, and Brian Fry over at third base, looking to advance. And Tyler Canoe is up to the plate. 0-1 count to Tyler Canoe. Struck out swinging back into third, and And he was thinking about swinging, and he did. He swung, and he went around, and now the count is 0-2, and Zach Garlinger is one pitch away from getting through the inning with just giving up one run. 7-0 is the score. The Muckdogs lead the Red Wings. The Muckdogs 4-1 on the year. The Red Wings are 1-2. And that pitch misses down low into the dirt, but Brian Fry wisely goes back to third base, and the count goes to 1-2. Winnie did a great job keeping the ball in front of him to prevent Brian Fry from thinking about going to home to score another run. Now Tyler Canoe. Next pitch to him. Swung on and a chopper over to the shortstop. Makes a throw to Surse, and that'll be the inning. 5.5 in the books. And Batavia tacks on another. It is now 7-0 Muckdogs. We'll be right back after this short break. And we're about set here for the home half of inning number 6. As they're getting all their cells set and warmed up. And it is still the same starting pitcher that's been on the mound, and why not? He has been dominant so far. Nolan Sparks will go an extra inning, inning number 6 for Nolan Sparks, and next to face him is Andrew Winnie. And Sparks has been doing a tremendous job so far, trying to keep it going on the mound through 5 hitless innings against the Red Wings. Winnie's first pitch to Winnie on its way. And swung on and missed strike one, and that's something we have been used to seeing out of Sparks throughout this game. Andrew Winnie is 0 for 1 as he flew out to the right field back in inning number 3, and that one is in there for strike 2. And something else we're used to seeing out of Sparks is starting off his batters deep in the count, 0-2, putting them in a tough situation to swing on the third pitch. And he does swing, and he stays alive by following it off to keep it going, 0-2. The catcher, Andrew Winnie, batting .250 on the year through just 3 games in the early part of this campaign. 0-2 pitch on the way to Winnie, up high for ball 1. Nolan Sparks, through the first 5 innings, has managed to have 6 strikeouts with only giving up 1 base runner, and that was via of a walk back in inning number 5. And Winnie once again fouls it off to keep him alive at 1-2 on the count. Something that we've rarely seen out of these Geneva Red Wings hitters. I think they're starting to figure out Sparks a little bit in his pitching strategy. And that one misses down low, and the catcher wanted that so bad. He thought he framed it perfectly, but he missed it by a few inches. And that'll draw the count to even at 2-2. 2-2 pitch from Sparks. Swung on, and a flying drive right to the third baseman, and that'll be the first out of inning number 6 for the Red Wings.
grab out, and that will be the left fielder, Brandon Gilkey. Out, to beat him out, right back in the third inning.
Now to the plate is Brandon Gilpy, who is 0 for 1 also as he flew out back out to the right field back in inning number 3. That was his only at bat he's had. And it's something that these teams have been accustomed to seeing so far. First pitch in there for a called strike one out. And I thought it was a little bit too far outside off the plate, but well framed by the catcher of Batavia. 0-1 pitch from Sparks. It's up high for ball one. Tried to catch Brandon Gelpy, chase that one a little bit, but no can do. One thing about Sparks here is he has been so dominant, especially through the first 3 innings he pitched, but lately it's been more contact outs that have been produced. And that one is fouled back towards me, and it'll make the count at 1-2. Another similar situation that the Red Wings have found themselves in, down in the count against early against Sparks. He's only had one batter that he did not throw a ball to, and there's strikeout number 7. Lucky number 7 for Nick Sparks, and that'll be the second out of inning number 6. Bottom of the 6th, 7-0. Batavia leads Geneva in what has been a dominant pitching performance for the Muckdogs, and something that I think will be perfect nominee possibly of PGCBL Pitcher of the Week. As the first pitch misses outside for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Swung on and miss. And to McDermott, strike 1. McDermott struck out swinging his last time up back in inning number 3. He's really looked fooled on that last pitch. That fastball that was. Nick Sparks looking for another 1-2-3 inning. This will be his 5th 1-2-3 inning, and this one is fouled back by McDermott. 1-2 count. Nick Sparks setting up another strikeout opportunity for himself. This will be strikeout number 8. And he has been dominant on the mound and is still showing his dominance and is confusing the batters of Geneva. And that one misses outside. Ball 1. Next pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3, and there it is. 6 hitless innings for Nolan Sparks. You might want to get the countdown going now, as 6 innings are in the books. 7-0. Batavia leads. The Batavia Muckdogs lead the Geneva Red Wings. We'll be right back as you're watching the Geneva Red Wings on YouTube.
Alec McGee.
We are set here in inning number 7, top of the 7th. And it is Alec McGee leading things off here, the designated hitter. He is 3 for 3. He's probably one of the hotter hitters here for the Muckdogs this evening with a double and 2 singles. A double back in the 5th inning that was a 3 RBI double that really sparked the scoring for the Muckdogs. And that pitch misses down low, and it's now a 2-1 count for Alec McGee. It's Zach Malone now now in the pitcher's mound for Geneva. Two count on the way from Malone. And swung on and missed, strike 3, and that'll be the first punch out of the game for Zachary Malone. Welcome to the ball game for Geneva. Trying to settle things down here. That brings up Daniel Burroway, who also had a dominant double that scored Alec McGee back in inning number 5. First pitch is swung on and missed, strike 1. Starting to throw the heat at Zach Malone. This is something that Geneva's been itching to see out of him, as he had a struggle. He was struggling his first time up back against Utica, as he was credited with a loss in that game. And that one misses, ball 1. 2-1 count here for Burroway here in inning number 7. And that one misses down low, and the command for Zach Malone has been hit or miss throughout this season so far. And just this 1 inning pitch he made back in the first game of the season, he was all over the place, and we're still seeing some resemblances of that in inning number 7 against Batavia. And that one misses for a ball, and it'll be a walk for Batavia. And that brings up Josh Leadham, who is 1 for 2 with a base hit. And Geneva looking to Zach Malone with a runner on first, and he's in a very scary situation with 1 out. First pitch is in there for a called strike. Great way to get things started here against Leadham, who's made it on base in 3 times and has scored a run back in inning number 5. Next pitch is swung on right through the gap between the first and second baseman, but the second baseman runs over to make the grab and to throw to first. And that'll be the second out of the inning.
Extra hitter, Brian Bello.
And next up to the plate, it will be the extra hitter, Brian Bello, who is 2 for 3 with a double back in inning number 5. That was an 2 RBI double to add on to this insane lead that is now 7-0 Batavia. One count on the way to Bello, a 117 hitter on the season, 2 for 3 here, and this will be a great way to bump up his average early on in the season with this performance he's had. And a pitch straight back to where it came from, and trying to go home. Aggressive base running all around will score another run. Great job by Daniel Burroway. Aggressive base running, and is now an 8-0 lead for the Muckdogs.
Shortstop, Caleb Rodriguez.
And the first pitch will be fouled away for strike one. 0-1 pitch on the way, and Zach Malone just needs one more out to get out of this inning to try to get his batters a chance trying to crack into at least the hit column because they've been unsuccessful in that category so far. And the next pitch is in there for a called strike two. And Caleb Rodriguez is down deep in the hole. Caleb Rodriguez trying to prevent being struck out for the third time to prevent a strikeout hat trick. Something that you do not want, and he will get it! Struck out looking is Caleb Rodriguez, and that'll be the third out of the inning. And get up in the stretch, folks. It's seventh inning stretch here at McDonough Park. We'll take a quick breather. We'll be right back as you're listening to Red Wings YouTube. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm Gage Kilborn, and this is Geneva Red Wings baseball here on YouTube. As currently the score stands 8-0 Batavia. It's been a great job for the pitching in the first 4 innings for Geneva, not giving up any runs. But then in the 5th inning, that was when everything kind of went downhill from that point forward, giving up 3 straight innings that they've given up a run. And now it might be a sigh of relief hopefully for the Red Wings, as it's now a pitcher change for Joe Joseph. It comes onto the mound for Batavia the first time that the Muckdogs have used someone else other than Nolan Sparks. And we'll see how Joseph does. The first pitch is in there for a called strike, as not much has really changed on the script. First pitch strikes. 0-1 pitch on the way. That one misses inside for ball 1. Shane Ducks at the extra hitter is at the plate. He's 0 for 1 as he grounded out his last time up back in inning number 4. And that pitch is swung on, and it'll be down for the first base hit for the Red Wings. And a bit of celebration time will come about, as it just took the pitcher change is all it needed to take to get a hit for the Red Wings. Now it brings it back to the top of the lineup. It'll be Ozzie Flesher due up, the student from Tufts University. Will do a half jack of that first pitch, and it'll be swung on and missed for strike 1. Home half of inning number 7 we are in. 8-0. Batavia. Second pitch. Curveball misses for ball 1. One ball, 1 strike to Flesher. Some of the stats here for Joe Joseph. In his first game he's pitched, he had only 1 inning of work with 2 punch-outs and a 0.00 ERA. And trying to turn 2 on the ground ball, but not able to do so. Only able to get the force out at second base. And that'll be the first out of the inning.
Representing New York, number 34, Nick Searslow.
And now up to the plate, it is Cole Fleming. As the first pitch misses for ball 1. 1-0 pitch as they take a look over at Ozzie Fletcher, but he is not going anywhere. Cole Fleming is 0 for 2 tonight, but he has a .428 batting average for the first 3 games he's played this season. That one is in there for a called strike 1 to even the count at 1 apiece. 1-1 pitch from Joseph. And swung on and fouled out towards the backstop. That'll bring the count at 1-2. One-two pitch on the way. In historic McDonough Park, as the time is called, this ballpark has been around for over 60 years, established in 1958, entering its 64th year of playing baseball at this ballpark. So a lot of history has been made. And that is a chop ball to the third baseman, trying to turn 2. Gets one there, and he does. A double play is set and done by the Batavia Muckdogs. 5-6-3, and that will be it for the inning. 7 innings in the books. The Red Wings get their first hit. Their first run might come later, as the double play will come to an end, and it will end the inning. We'll bring you back to the top of inning number 8 in just a moment as you're listening to Red Wings YouTube. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to Geneva Red Wings baseball on YouTube. I'm Gage Kilborn, and we are set here to begin inning number 8 in McDonough Park here in Geneva, New York. A historic ballpark, to say the least. And kicking things off here in the top of inning number 8 will be Mitch Fleming, who scored a run back in inning number 6 after being hit by pitch. He's 0 for 1, technically, with 2 hit by pitches, one coming in the second inning, the other one coming in the 6th inning. And the first pitch misses down low for ball 1 from Zach Malone. And what has been the last 3 innings have been innings that the Red Wings wish to forget. 6 runs in the 5th, 1 run in the 6th, and then another run tacked on in inning number 7 for Batavia. And that pitch misses down low as well for ball 2. Zach Malone's been struggling on the mound so far, trying to find command and able to make Mitch Fleming chase one inside and foul it off at the hands. 2-1 is the count. historic McDonough Park has been probably one of the more historic ballparks here of the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League. And that next pitch is up and fouled straight back towards the backstop and out of play. That'll bring the count go to 2-2. Top of the eighth, and it kind of looks pretty convincing up to this point that who might end up taking this one might be Batavia, but there's still 6 outs for the Red Wings to play with. Count now at full at 3-2. But one thing to keep in mind, if Batavia wins, they'll improve their record to 5-1 in the year. And that one makes contact down the left field line, and he's rounding first, thinking about second base, but he'll make his way back for a leadoff single to get things started in the top half of inning number 8. First hit of the night for Mitch Fleming. And that'll be hit number 10 on the game here for tonight for the Muckdogs. That one is in there for first strike for Alex Torres, who is 0 for 3 here tonight with 3 groundouts. 0 for 2 tonight, excuse me. With a sacrifice bunt back at inning number 6 that advanced Mitch Fleming into scoring position, where the next batter, Brian Fry, brought him home. And that one misses down low to make the count at 2-1 to Alex Torres. Zach Malone takes a look back at Fleming at first base. Still 2-1 is the count. Pitch swung on and hit the deep center field, but over there's McDermott trying to make the catch, and he will. As Fleming heads back to first base, and that'll be the first out of inning number 8. Now they'll bring us back to the top of the order, and it'll be Brian Fry, who is batting .500, like I said, on the season. One of the hotter bats of the PGCBL so far this year. Which those of you guys that don't know, but the PGCBL, it is a mix of 16 teams across New York State. And last year's defending champions, the Socrates Stallions, are starting off their year a little bit on a slump, losing their first 4 games on the season. After winning it all last year, the Stallions took down the Geneva Red Wings in the PGCBL semifinals last year. And that pitch is trying to find a snake way through, but the second baseman makes the nice play. And that'll be out number 2. 4-3 for good measures. And there are 2 gone in the inning, with Fleming advancing to second base. And that one pitches misses down low for ball 1. 1-0 is the count. Those of you just tuning in, the score is 8-0. Batavia leads top of inning number 8. Nolan Sparks for the Muckdogs had a no-hit bid going into the 7th inning until they decided to pull him and bring out the bullpen to lead off the bottom of the 7th inning. And the first batter came for the Red Wings, came up and got a base hit to break up the no bid, entering the 7th inning. Next pitch is swung on and missed, and that brings the count to 1-2. And now to Jerry Reinhardt. And Zach Malone is just 1 pitch away from getting out of inning number 8 for the Red Wings. 1-2 pitch on the way to Reinhardt. Kicks and deals. Trying to find the inside corner, but not able to do so. 2-2 is the count. Zach Malone is starting to increase his confidence on his command ability, which is something he was struggling with earlier in the year, especially earlier in this game, as you notice. And there's a perfect example as that ball misses up high, and broadcaster's jinx comes back to bite the Red Wings. As now Brian Fry, as Rich Fleming will advance 90 feet off of the wild pitch. Full count pitch on its way from Malone. Trying to get one more out to get out of this inning, and he misses down low, downstairs, ball 4. And now they have runners on the corners with 2 men out. Zach Malone was looking pretty consistent with his control up there at the mound, but now the last 2 pitches looked ugly. And that is something that we have to keep in mind is as this game is nearing the end, how much more can Zach Malone have in the tank? He pitched 1 complete inning. He's 2/3 through this one, and as a runner goes, another stolen base attempt, and he's out. Caught stealing the second time the Red Wings have caught the Muckdogs into a stealing opportunity, and that will end the inning. We have played 7.5 innings of baseball here in McDonough Park in Geneva, New York. It is 8-0. Batavia leads the Batavia Muckdogs lead the Geneva Red Wings. You're listening to Geneva. You're watching Geneva Red Wings baseball on YouTube. Bringing you back to bottom of the inning number 8, and I'd like to say thank you to all of those viewers out there. We currently have 27 watching this game, as is much appreciated to all of us here and for Geneva Red Wings baseball. And I'm Gage Kilborn. We're getting set here for bottom of inning number 8, and it is Nick Surse leading off. He is 0 for 1 with a punch out back in the first, and he decided he was a first base runner for Geneva back in inning number 5 with a walk. And the first 2 pitches blow by Surse for making it a 1-1 count. 1-1 pitch. This is inside, ball 2. 2-1 is the count to Nick Surse. Looking to crack into the hit column. He is batting .375 this season, and this pitch misses up high for ball 3. And Nick Surse is threatening to get on base again, reach base again. 3-1 count on the way. Swung and fought and hit straight and high up to the left fielder. Burway there to make the grab, and that'll be allowed out number 1. And now bringing up to the plate is Max Hitman. He is 0 for 1 as he 0 for 2 as he reached on a fielder's choices last time up, and struck out swinging back in inning number 2. First pitch is in there for a called strike 1. Still Joe Joseph on the mound for Batavia. He did well this last time up, so why not give him another inning? Next pitch, backpedaling, and he falls. The first baseman tried to make the grab, but it will fall. An over the head catch attempt by the first baseman comes up unsuccessful, so Hitman will reach base safely with a single. Second hit of the game for the Red Wings. After being hitless for the first 6, their last 2 innings they've had reached base 3 via a base hit. Bottom of the 8th, here we are. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. Runner on first, and up to the plate is Nick Castellana. He is 0 for 2 with a punch out back in the second and a fly out back out in the 5th inning to the right field. And that one is fouled back and into the stands for a lucky fan to pick up. And now the count goes to 1-1. It's been a night to forget if you're a Geneva Red Wing fan right now. 8-0 on the box score with only 2 hits on your side. And a wild pitch will advance Max Hitman to second base. And now it's the first time that Geneva has had a runner in scoring position all game long. And taking some time to chat it out on the mound between the catcher and the pitcher. And now it's still a 2-1 count coming for Nick Castellana with Max Hitman standing over at second base. Always trying to find a way to get on base as Max Hitman. That is something he does a very good job with altogether. Nick Castellana, next pitch will be inside for strike 2. And 2-2 count coming for Nick Castellana with 1 away here in inning number 8. 8-0 Batavia. The Muckdogs lead the Geneva Red Wings. And what has been a very dominant performance here for the Muckdogs as they came in with the best record, one of the best records in the West Division, and they're showing their dominance. And a curveball misses inside, ball 3, and now that makes the count run full at 3-2. And the catcher calls time once again to talk things over with his pitcher. And one thing he's probably saying is trying to settle him in a little bit. Just needs one more pitch to get through to see the next batter. Nick Castellana, seems like a heavy hitter, and Ray Ortiz comes to the plate. One of the more weak hitters for the Red Wings has struck out and grounded out in 2 plate appearances up on deck. He will be next. Full count offering on its way as Nick Castellana sets in the batter's box. And Joe Joseph looks for a sign, checks over to second base. And next pitch is grounded to the third baseman. Makes a throw to first, and that'll be the second out of the inning. 5-3 for good measures if you're scoring this game back home. And that will bring up Ray Ortiz to the plate. 142 batting average for Ray Ortiz. Struggling earlier on in the season. 0 for 2 here tonight. With a chance to at least score a run. As if you guys don't know, yesterday the Batavia Muckdogs and the Geneva Red Wings played each other in an exhibition game in Batavia. And that was also ended in a shutout fashion as the Muckdogs won that game 3-0. And this pitch will go down for a base hit. And Hitman will stay at third base. And the runners on the corners with Andrew Winnie up to the plate. And one of their better opportunities here one of the better more golden opportunities here this evening for Geneva that they've seen all game long. And now coming to the plate is Andrew Winnie. He is 0 for 2. He flew out to right field back into third, and he lined out hard to the third baseman in the 6th inning. And an incredible catch made by the third baseman. First pitch is in there for a called strike one. 0-1 pitch on the way to Andrew Winnie, the catcher here for the Red Wings this afternoon. Second pitch, curveball inside for a called strike two, and now Winnie finds himself deep in the count, 0-2. And what has been a struggle at the plate for the Red Wings all game long, only having 3 hits in the game. And that one is hit right back to the pitcher, who makes the toss to first baseman, and that will be the end of the inning number 8. 8 innings in the books. It is a 8-0 score for the Batavia Muckdogs. We move on to the top of the 9th with Tyler Canoe, Alec McGee, and Daniel Burroway set to kick things off in the 9th inning. You're listening to Geneva Red Wings baseball on YouTube. And now we're set here in the top of the 9th, about to kick off. It is a pitcher's change on the mound for the Geneva Red Wings. It'll be Orion Daly who will kick things off, the freshman from Fitchburg State. First pitch is swung on and right over to the shortstop, make the throw to the first baseman Nick Sturz, and that will be a way the 9th inning will kick off. Will be a ground out, 6-3 for good measures, and it'll be 1 away. Now to the plate will be Alec McGee, and we'll give you some stats here on the Fitchburg State Falcon. In the one game he pitched, he had .2 innings he's pitched in, with 3 hits, 4 runs he's given up, and 2 walks. And now up to the plate, it is Alec Mag, excuse me. And the first pitch misses down low for ball 1. There's a wind you can hear on my mic is starting to pick up a little bit. Mag is 3 for 4 here with a double. And pitch, nice play right there made by the shortstop. An infield hustle right there, and there'll be 2 gone quickly in inning number 9. With an 8-0 lead for Batavia, they're probably about ready to pack their bags and go home and call it a night. A pair of groundouts to start off the 9th inning. In what's been a dominant performance on the mound. Dominant performance on the field overall for the Muckdogs as they came to play. 0-1 pitch is fouled back towards me, and it is now brings the count to 0-2 to Daniel Burroway, who's 1 for 3 today with a walk and a double, and has scored 2 runs in the game with an RBI. 294 batter at the plate. Next pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3, and that will be a very quick top of the 9th to you for the Batavia Muckdogs. Home half of the 9th set to do up, and we will get set here as the Red Wings will take their final hacks this here in Geneva. As I'm Gage Kilborn, and you're watching the Geneva Red Wings baseball here on YouTube. And we are set here for the bottom of the 9th here at McDonough Park in Geneva, New York. I'm Gage Kilborn, and I'm taking you alongside this game and majority of the games throughout the Geneva Red Wings' 2022 campaign. And leading off, it'll be Brandon Gelpy. He is 0 for 2. It'll be Brandon Gelpy, Andrew McDermott, and Shane Ducks set to kick things off here in the home half of the 9th to try to start a rally that seems insurmountable by any means, but anything has happened in the game of baseball before. That is the famous quote. And we'll kick things off here. And the first pitch is a cracked bat. That is foul. And that'll be a hit out of play. That is one thing that these college students are not used to playing with is wooden bats. They are used to playing with aluminum bats in the NCAA. But in the PGCBL, you have to play with a wooden bat to get yourselves more prepared for the MLB or the minor league system. This is one of the few wooden bat college summer leagues in the country. Another one that's more well known as a Cape Cod League out in the New England area. Next pitch is swung on and hit straight back up the middle for a base hit for Brandon Gelpy. The first hit bat he had must have been the foul bat. The second one was the hit bat, and now they'll bring up Andrew McDermott, the center fielder from Quinnipiac, trying to start a rally here in the bottom of the 9th. Nobody out. McDermott up to the plate. He is 0 for 2 with back-to-back strikeouts swinging in the 6th and the 3rd inning. Still looking for his first hit on the season. First pitch is in there for a called strike 1. No balls and 1 strike here for the center fielder. Lefty versus righty matchup we have. Next pitch is swung on and missed, strike 2, and now McDermott finds himself deep into an 0-2 count situation. and threatening for the magic 3. Third time he'll be shut down by way of the K. Here's the pitch. Misses outside. Tries to catch McDermott napping. Tries to catch McDermott swinging outside, but he'll miss. 1-2 is a count. The Muckdogs are 3 outs away from winning their 5th game on the year. And the Red Wings will lose to move their record to 1-3 as that will miss the count. Misses now. The count goes to 2-2. And the next pitch is fouled towards the backstop where I am, and the count will stay at 2-2. Tomorrow night, the Batavia Muckdogs will be at home against the Jamestown Tarpskunks in what should be a really good game, as both of those teams are near the top of the division of the PGCBL West. And tomorrow, the Red Wings will be on the road in Watertown to take on the Rapids before heading off to Saturday to face off against the Auburn Doubledays in a rematch at Falcon Park. And that pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3, and that'll be the 3rd strikeout of the game for McDermott. And that'll be more importantly, the 1st out of the inning for the Red Wings. And now that brings up the next batter, Shane Ducks, the extra hitter. He is 1 for 2 with a base hit back in inning number 7. First pitch is swung on and fouled out to the outfield. Headed towards the parking lot, hoping my car does not get hit once again. Oh, 1 pitch on the way to Ducks, who is normally the catcher for this team. Swung on and hit out towards right field and fouled away. And that'll make the count go to 0-2 to the righty. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bottom of the 9th, runner on first. 8-0, the Muckdogs lead. Next pitch is in there, and strike 3 is called, and that will be the 2nd out of the inning, and will be back-to-back punch-outs for Joseph. And now the Red Wings are down to their final out here this evening in Geneva, New York at McDonough Park. Their next home game will be this Sunday. So take on the Newark Pilots, and this should do it. Second base to first base, and that will do it as the game is over. The Muckdogs hold the Red Wings blank to nothing. In back-to-back outings, yesterday's game they won 3-0. Today they win 8-0 in Geneva. And with the win, the Muckdogs will improve to 5-1 on the season, and they will take on the Jamestown Tarpskunks tomorrow at Dwyer Park. And with a loss, the Red Wings will fall to 1-3 on the year, and they will take on the Watertown Rapids tomorrow in Watertown to try to bounce back following their loss here this evening. And it is going to be a tough setup here all around, and that will do it here this evening. Thank you for watching. I am Gage Kilborn, and hope you have a wonderful night and listening to this game, and I'll see you next time. And as always, let's see how the Red Wings do as they'll take on the Auburn Doubledays. I'll be recording that game out at Falcon Park. Thank you for listening, and have a wonderful evening.